Hi, this is William here, and today we're going to talk about SEO technical structure optimization. So let's assume your mobile website will be served with a mobile subfolder or subdomain. If this is the case, you'll need to consider a few things first. How are you going to address duplicate content? How are you going to serve unique content on your mobile landing pages? How are you going to optimize the page for mobile search robots? And how are you going to handle all the redirects? As well as how are you going to update the XML sitemap? Once you have a basic strategy to handle these issues, you'll need to plan a few other items. Unique mobile landing pages. Ideally, a new mobile-specific landing page should be created for each of the website's current landing pages. These mobile landing pages will need to serve unique content, have a design that's optimized for smaller screens, and be located within the mobile subfolder or subdomain. So mobile detection. Duplicate content is an issue that should be at the forefront of any mobile strategy, and establishing the correct mobile signals will resolve any issues before they arise. This can be done through the use of the relative equals conical and relative equals alternate annotations. On the desktop version, use the relative alternate tag pointing to the mobile URL. On the mobile version, use the relative conical tag pointing to the desktop URL. For example, the following should be placed within the head of the desktop page. The link rel is alternate media, only screen and maximum width 640 pixels, and the href is the URL for the landing page with the head of the mobile page. The link rel conical is the href for the actual landing page. Now, since two versions of a URL are being used across the website, a relative alternate annotation should also be included within the XML sitemap. So, $XML version is equal 1.0, and then coding is equal to UTF-8, and the URL site XMLNS is going to be the sitemap, and then the XMLNS XHTML is going to be the URL for the XHTML, and then you're going to have the URL landing page URL, and as well as the XHTML relative alternate media only screen, a maximum width 640 pixels, and the href is going to be the mobile landing page. So in addition to the standard XML sitemap, a mobile sitemap should be created and submitted to Google Webmaster Tools. While the formatting in this sitemap is similar, the protocol will be slightly different. So $XML version is equal 1, and coding is UTF-8. The URL set XMLNS is HTTP. The sitemap URL XMIN or XMLNS :mobile is going to be the mobile site map, and then you're going to have a location for the URL landing pages, and then it's going to be mobile: mobile, and you end the URL and URL set. Anytime a change is made to the sitemap or a new sitemap is added, they should be submitted to Google Webmaster Tools to ensure the most up-to-date version is being used. You can find instructions for submitting the sitemaps here at the support.google.com sites, and I'll leave it to you to pull off the rest of this at your discretion. And then the user agent detection auto redirects. Now your website is ready to serve both desktop and mobile users, and the next step is to configure automatic redirects to serve the correct URLs to these users. The correct URL should be delivered based on the device the user has, so Google has detailed what they recommend as far as auto redirects at the link here, and that's the developers.google.com webmaster smartphone-sites redirects. Something to keep in mind is that both desktop and mobile site crawlers should be treated as if they were also a real user, and the very HTTP header should be implemented server side. In the search robots, ensure both the desktop bots and mobile bots are allowed access to both versions of each URL. The desktop bots are going to be user agent Googlebot, user agent Slurp, user agent BingBot, and the mobile bots would be Googlebot-mobile, Yahoo Seeker, M1A1-R2D2, and the user agent is MSNbot_mobile. Both desktop and mobile bots should be given access to both versions of the URL though, and this is done through the robots.txt file. We don't recommend excluding access to the mobile version from either of the mobile or desktop bots unless you don't want a particular URL indexed in the search engines. And then conversion optimization. Optimizing the website to serve your visitors' unique needs is important across all segments of the funnel, but it's important to note that mobile users are inherently different than desktop users. So given that visitors accessing the website from a smartphone have different goals than laptop and even tablet users, the approach should be to develop a mobile website that is to scale from the beginning rather than to scale the current website to fit the screen. There are a few considerations to make while designing a mobile web page. Social integration. While the goals of each webmaster are different, whether the end goal is leads, sales, or traffic, micro-conversions should always be considered and accounted for, as well as how they relate to final conversions. And research from OnSite gives us some insight into how and where content is shared on mobile devices. Their data shows that smaller tablets, including the iPad mini, are gaining momentum in the marketplace, and 50% of social sharing on an iPhone happens with Facebook. Since social media is now a primary activity for mobile users, your website may see more social shares when the proper social buttons are in place. Data from Searchmetrics shows that Facebook shares and likes have a direct and indirect impact on organic search rankings. That being said, it's important to integrate social sharing options into your mobile website. Each major decision should have social sharing options, and each page should contain its own unique social sharing option. And then click to call. Make it easy for mobile users to call a business directly from their device. So display your phone number prominently and make it clickable. Place crucial content above the fold. The goals for each mobile web page should be considered and evaluated, and the content that leads mobile visitors to that goal should be located above the fold. And that concludes the presentation on SEO technical structure optimization. And this is William. And if you want more information, please go to my blog site, wbweeksjr.com, and we'll see you the next time.